morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Market Today. Our two guests have lined up. Mr. Avinash Gorachakar on the fundamental side. He's the head of research at Profit Mart Securities. And Kiran Jani has the responsibility for looking at technical charts today. He's from JNM Broking. Good morning to both you gentlemen. And coming to you, Avinash, what explains this divergent trend in Nifty Bank? Very decent rally yesterday. It ended in the green, 180 points higher, and a markedly bearish Nifty, down about 200 points. Are the indices betting on different political parties, or what's the reason behind this?
Good morning, Shail. See, I think my guess is, Shail, I think it's very difficult to pinpoint a particular trend as of now. Because markets are going to be extremely volatile ahead of the final election result number on the 4th of June. Tomorrow is the last day, and I think after that we'll start getting the exit poll numbers. So I think the markets are now clearly discounting what can come out in the exit polls. A little bit of panic, a little bit of selling has come in the markets. We have seen a very heavy sell-off from the FIs. But on the other hand, domestic funds are flush with liquidity. There's a lot of money coming in from SIP. So I would believe that investors should not look at the broader index, because indexes can not give you the right picture. But yes, I think there are a lot of stock specific companies. I was looking yesterday, like Muthoot Finance, Bharat Dynamic, Suntech. These have been companies which have posted extremely strong numbers. So I think that clearly shows that as long as data points are very strong, I would not be surprised to tell you that there could be a lot of stock specific opportunities, because once 4th June decision is clear, which I believe the NDA is going to come with a thumping majority, I think markets would definitely welcome it with a big kind of shoot up on 4th June. I think thereafter, of course, the markets would consolidate. There would be some profit booking, but I think this trend which you are seeing in the market for the last couple of days is nothing to feel panicky about. I think the Indian economy is on a very strong wicket. Corporate results have been pretty good. And I think in the coming days, once the new government comes in shell, you're going to see a lot of big announcements. Specifically, markets are clearly waiting the 100-day agenda, which I think will then drive the markets going forward. So I think, one has to keep it, their nerves under control. No panic. But at the same time, yes, for traders, it's a very difficult market. For investors, I think these kind of panic opportunities can give good opportunities for them to, buy good quality stocks at declines, provided their investment time frame is slightly medium to long term.
Okay, Avinash, because it's really a difficult time for traders, that's the reason why we have Kiranji. Let's look at his two stock picks that might outperform the market on the long and the short side for today. And then I'll come back to you on two major earnings, BDL and Muthoot. Be ready for that. But Kiranji, two stocks that you think will outperform in the markets today based on technical parameters.
So one is from the banking side, as we are also bullish on bank. Axis Bank, if you check out the Axis Bank chart, it's similar like to the Bank Nifty charts only. Axis Bank is giving a breakout from its ascending triangle pattern, number one. Number two, after giving a breakout, we have seen some consolidation has been taken place. During that consolidation, stock price is again making a rounding bottom pattern at top of the chart. So it will be considered as a continued pattern. Stock prices has taken a multiple support of 20 days moving average. Stock price also has formed the bullish divergence at current market price. So we are expecting 1200 plus kind of a target in very short time, or even for the intraday also. 1165 is the closing rate. We would like to go long on Axis Bank at current market price with the target of 1200 and with the stop loss of 1149. Next stocks will be the auto from auto sector, Hero MotoCorp. As you were also mentioning that during this weekend we are expecting auto sales number also. Looking at Hero MotoCorp chart, the stock price is forming a flat pattern at current market price. It is trading at its previous resistance of 5100. The momentum indicator is also into the bullish zone. With respect to that, it is also forming bullish divergence on intraday charts. So Hero MotoCorp is looking also very good at current market price, 5130, somewhere around the closing price. We would like to go long. 5189 would be the target and 5100 will be the stop loss. So Hero MotoCorp and Axis Bank looking good at current market price. We are suggesting to go long.
Absolutely. Hero Motors already at record highs, and it's also basking under the derived glory of one of its units, Hero FinCorp, looking to raise 4,000 crore rupees from the IPO market via a float of shares. Avinash, comes the difficult part to interpret earnings at this point of time, especially on counters like Bharat Dynamics. A stock split is already in place. The counter is at a record high. It's surged rapidly over the last 15 days or so. How do you see its fourth quarter earnings?
I think, Shail, the fourth quarter earnings were extremely strong. I think one notable point which I want to mention is that, the EBITDA margin has moved up from 23% to 37%. The profits have grown by 89%. So I think, this
Yes.
kind of number has pleased the markets immensely. And I think, if the company is able to maintain these kind of profitability margins in FY25 also, because they have a very large order book, so that gives them a very strong revenue kind of visibility. So markets are definitely happy on the Q4 numbers. I don't think there is any letdown. And once the new government comes in, the new budget is announced in July. I would not be surprised that defense is going to be given a very strong kind of focus in the budget. Again, the Make in India policy, which the government has encouraged, is going to ensure that there's going to be a lot of business for Indian defense companies. So I think Bharat Dynamics will be in limelight today. With this kind of number, I think even in this kind of market, which has seen very volatile times, market have gone up and down, you could see a lot of buying interest coming in even at the current levels. And if at all it corrects, Shell, I think it could be a good opportunity to accumulate, because over the next 12 to 15 months, I expect another 15 to 16% upside, considering the fact that there is a kind of a strong earnings trajectory expected in FY25 also.
Okay, Kiranji will also give his view on Bharat Dynamics. Remember, in the NSE 500, Bharat Dynamics for the month of May is the top performing stock, up 57% at 1547. Kiranji, are the charts of Bharat Dynamics overstretched? And let me also make a point, in the top 7 stocks, as far as the monthly gains are concerned, 4 of them are defense counters, led of course by BDL. Kiranji, view on BDL, what to do?
So looking at Bharat Dynamics or BDL daily chart, looking at price actions, it is forming a flag pattern, which is again a bullish pattern only. But if you look at the momentum indicator, previously we have seen momentum indicator touch somewhere around 90. Recently also it's touched 90, and we have seen some small corrections from 1600 to 1400. Now again from 1400 we are seeing the on daily price chart yesterday, day before yesterday, it has formed a reversal candlesticks pattern. So let's change. If anyone wants to chase the momentum, they can definitely go long on this particular stock price. But keep in mind a very strict stop loss of 1400. If stock price is going below 1400, then we can expect some sharp profit booking on BDL. But as of now, the stock is flavor for the market. So let's not give any contra bet. Just keep a 1400 a very strict stop loss. Buy on dips or buy at current market price, but respect the 1400 stop loss, and you can go long. Looking at current price chart pattern, we can expect price target of somewhere around 1700 to 1800, but it is a risky trade. Keep 1400 very strict stop loss. I am repeating again.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at how the markets are looking in pre-open, and I love this number. Let me show it on the screen. 100 points higher, 22,600 right there on you. Very, 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 very volatile markets. Let's hope for the best. Remember, today is the first day of the June expiry, the last day of May's cash market, and of course it's the only day, ladies and gentlemen, when markets will be able to position themselves ahead of Monday, when you will always be reacting to market polls. It's just taking it away, ladies and gentlemen. I think you'll have the mother of all short coverings. 150 points higher, ladies and gentlemen, on the Nifty. And let's look at the heaviest weighted counters. What are they doing? Reliance 48 rupees higher, 28.98. How about Infosys? What is Infosys doing? Minus 12 rupees lower, 14.15. Remember, Infosys has a dividend adjustment today of 28 rupees. So if it is down just 14, you must remember that the counter is actually up smartly. We'll keep an eye out on Infosys. As also, what is HDFC Bank doing? At the moment 11 rupees lower at 1503. This will improve, have no doubt on that. Okay, what are the top gainers? Bajaj Finance 2% higher, Tata Motors 1.6% higher, ICICI Bank 13 rupees higher, 1126. What is Axis doing? Remember, this is Kiranji's pick today, 7.5 rupees higher. The Nifty is rock solid, ladies and gentlemen, 170 points higher. Now let's look at the earnings, boys. Praj Industries 7% higher, 540. Paytm, no respite, and this is good, 5% higher for the third day in a row. Remember, this is the circuit at which it operates, 396. The news report, despite denial by both parties that the Adani Group is interested in buying a stake in Paytm, has kept the counter on the boil. Third successive upper circuit. There is a news that is coming in from Cochin Shipyard. Company says expects 10,000 crore rupees to 10,500 crore rupees revenue target for excellent rating. This is an update from Concall. We'll just look at what the stock is doing. But for the moment, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very nice opening. Bharat Dynamics is opening 1.3% higher, 1569. I want to see what Apollo Hospitals and Muthoot Finance are doing. These are earnings, boys. Both of them are up 3% each. Apollo at 59.50 and Muthoot Finance at 17.30. It's going to be a good day. Let's see how it pans out. I just want to see what HDFC is doing. Okay, the bank is now down just 2 rupees 75 at 15.12. The Nifty is a modest 92 points higher. Let's see how it goes. Getting back to you, Avinash, would you want to comment on how Muthoot Finance is placed? Remember, fourth quarter earnings have seen a drop in gross non-performing assets, in gross net non-performing assets, and of course there's a 17% rise in profit to 1,056 crores. Stock at record high. Your view?
No, I think Shail, the numbers have been much better than the market expectations, and I think you have been right. Asset quality, both on the gross asset quality, net asset quality, as well as the AUM growth for gold, as well as for the home finance business and the Belstar business, has done remarkably well. And I would not be surprised that the kind of buoyancy we are seeing in the gold prices and again in the gold market is going to benefit a market leader like Muthoot. I think one could definitely expect FY25 also to be a very strong year. Typically, demand from rural areas, which is the largest, consuming belt for gold finance, has taken off very well. And I think we could even see levels of 1850 or 1875. So I think investors who have hold on should definitely continue to hold. Prospects look quite strong for the current year. And I think if at all one were to buy the stock, then I think anywhere below, say, 1650 or 1660, if the stock comes in, I think one can definitely, start accumulating at these levels for a decent risk reward over the next 12 to 15 months.
Okay, what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is mark a couple more prices in the PSU, specifically the railway space. Remember, they are the barometer of how sentiment shapes up on Dalal Street. So within PSUs, National Fertilizers is up 2.2%, 105.7. Hindustan Zinc is getting its mojo back, 2% higher, 680. Canara Bank 1.6% higher, 117. SAIL, if Hindustan Copper, NTPC all up about 1%. Which are the ones that are losing ground? Okay, I won't be too worried on Dredging Corporation and Power Finance, PFS, which is the PTC Financial Services. They're just down a bit. Let's just look at the railway pack and then get to Kiranji. Okay, within railway, Titagarh Wagons up 4%, again record high. You have IRCTC 1% higher, and there is a green tick on the four Sarkari railway companies, RVNL, RITES, IRCON and IRFC. Kiranji, coming to you. This is a decent start to the Nifty, to the markets, 82 points higher on the Nifty, 22,570. Now, anything within the pre-open that catches your fancy on the long side, sir?
So looking at PSU company, definitely there are two sector in within the PSU which we are liking. One is the railway and another is the fertilizer. So first, let's discuss about the fertilizer. Last Friday we discussed RCF. Somewhere around, if I'm not wrong, it was trading at 145, 148, and from that level we have seen during this week stock price made high of 170. Now yesterday we again seen some corrections and it is retesting its previous breakout level. So it was closed somewhere around 156. As of now, in pre-market, we are seeing some gap up opening. But if it is opening somewhere around 156 to 157, definitely we would like to go long on RCF. Any tips toward 155 again a buy opportunity. Keep very strict stop loss below 150 and looking at price chart, we are expecting price target of 170, 175 in very short time. Another stock on railways side which we are liking is RVNL. Definitely here also a very overstretched rally, but again recently stock price has given a breakout from its previous consolidation zone from 300 level, and from 300 it is trading at 381. Now at current market price it is giving a breakout from the flag pattern. So again we are chasing a momentum here. Very risky call. Keep stop loss of 360 and you can go long on RVNL. Looking at price chart, we are expecting 400 plus target in very short time. And last is IRFC. The similar pattern of RVNL, here also a consolidation pattern breakout. Yesterday stock price is retesting its previous breakout level. It is trading somewhere around 170, 175. So that is a accumulation zone again. Keep very strict stop loss below 160 and go long on IRFC. We are expecting price target of 200 plus in very short time.
Okay, these are the outputs that are coming in from Kiran's side. Avinash, getting you back in the conversation, we've seen now the end of fourth quarter earnings, and by all accounts, corporate India's report card has been fairly good. In terms of mid caps and small caps, which have rallied very sharply in the month of May alone on the index level, up about 6%. Are there any outperformers that you are looking forward to for calendar 24 as well as fiscal 24-25?
I think, Shell, we have got two interesting companies. One is auto ancillary, which is, I think everybody is aware, Samvardhana Motherson. I think numbers which came out recently, Shell, have been very strong. And I think the management commentary has also been extremely positive. So I think here, looking at FY25, I think the traction in revenue, profitability will continue. I would not be surprised we could see levels of 175, 180 here. So I think we have been telling our clients that this is a good investment bet, despite the fact that the markets are volatile. Because in these kind of panic and volatile kind of markets, you get good opportunities where the risk reward is in your favor. And another company, Shell, which I don't know how many people track, but we have been tracking this company very closely ever since AWIFS co-workspaces went public. The company's name is EFC India Limited. Now, this is a Pune-based company which is into co-work spaces and has been in operation for the last, for 10 to 15 years. They have been doing extremely well. They reported a top line of 428 crores and a bottom line of 63 crores for FY24. They have roughly about 1.5 million square foot spread over seven, states. And most importantly, they have their own furniture fit-out business division, which actually helps them enhance their margins. What is interesting is that AWIFS, which recently went public and got listed, is a loss-making company, but this is a profitable company in the same space. So I think investors should keep a watch on this stock. Good outperformance expected over the next 6 to 12 months.
Avinash, my apologies, we missed the name of the Pune-based company that you're talking about. Could you please get the name back? We'll show the stock price immediately.
Yeah, the name is Shell EFC India Limited.
EFC India
EFC.
Limited.
EFC.
Okay, we'll try and show this. Well, at least I can't hear the name at this distance. Why don't you just just WhatsApp me? I'll push it to the PCR. We'll talk about it. Meantime, Kiranji, your view on Samvardhana Motherson, a blowout yesterday on very strong earnings show, and the counter at a fresh record high. Your view on where it could be headed post demerger the price is about 154, and if you add the price of Motherson Sumi wires to it, this has easily crossed 215. Sir, your view on Motherson?
So looking at Motherson chart, daily chart again, it looks like overstretch. But I believe if you check out the monthly chart, there is a clear-cut breakout of ascending triangle pattern. Today is the monthly close of May month, and stock price is supposed to close on the highest level of till now. The overall chart pattern is very good, no doubt. Since last 5 or 6 months, we are seeing prices were trading at 92%. Today is 150, so almost 50% kind of a return the stock price has given. So there are chances in coming out month prices may go into the consolidation zone. But during this consolidation zone, if any dips comes towards 140, 130, that would be the great level to enter in this particular stock. Keep very strict stop loss below 120, and any dips towards, again I'm repeating, 130, 140 with the accumulation zone. Keep accumulating this particular stock, and looking at overall chart pattern, we are expecting 200 plus kind of a target in upcoming month. So it is not a trading back, but definitely for the investment point of view, you can look into this stock with the stop loss of 120.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the markets have settled in pre-open trades. The Nifty has a green tick of 80 points. The Nifty Bank is again on the front foot, 0.5% higher, 212 up at almost 48,900. Let me just mark a couple of stocks. Okay, HDFC Bank is in the green, ladies and gentlemen, up 0.27, 15.19. I'll again mention Infosys to you. It's settled 17 rupees lower. This is against the adjustment of a dividend of 28 rupees. So remember, Infosys is actually outperforming by about 11 rupees. Keep this in mind, it's in positive. How about Reliance? 13 rupees higher, 28.63. Let's see whether the short covering now starts beyond this or not. Let's look at auto ancillaries. They were in fine shape all of yesterday. Okay, GTEKT India. This is the erstwhile Sona Koyo steering. Again, earnings led 2.7% higher, 170. Apart from that, you have an uptick on precision wires, 1.4% higher, 126.25. And of course, Nelcast and erstwhile Amara Raja batteries, which is now known as Amara Raja Mobility, also moving up in the green. Coming to you, Avinashji, any favorites in the auto ancillary sector apart from Motherson Sumi? We've seen a very strong view coming in on Exide and Amara Raja batteries. Any view there?
I think definitely within the battery pack, I think Exide looks quite interesting, and I think despite the fact that the stock has run up, my sense is that Exide should do well even in the current financial year, that is FY25. Top line as well as profitability should be better. In fact, commodity prices have also softened, and most importantly, I think it's a pan-India player. It's got a presence not only in the auto but even the industrial segment. So I think this could be an interesting bet, maybe at current levels, even at slight declines for the next, say, 12 to 15 months. And another auto ancillary stock, Shail, which we are positive and we feel that top line as well as profitability could see a significant boost next year, and which has got some defense, connotation also, is Bharat Forge. See, Bharat Forge has been one of the largest players in the machining segment, specifically for the commercial vehicles and for the larger, off-road kind of vehicles. They have a large share in the axle market, in the US market specifically. So I think here, if one were to take a longer term view, at least the next 12 to 15 months, we would not be surprised that the defense business is going to throw a big positive surprise over the next, say, 2 years. They have a large order book here, and plus the commercial vehicles and the US market is doing very well, especially the Class 8 truck segment, where they're supposed to be, market leaders. So I think at decline or slightly lower, one can equip.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pre-open rates. It's a very strong start. Let's hope it holds. The Nifty is 90 points higher at 22,575. The Nifty Bank is 0.5% higher. What's even more better is that the Nifty 500, the broader market, is also 0.5% higher at about 21,139. There is a red tick on Nifty IT because of what happened on Salesforce in the US markets. Now let's drill into individual stocks. Let's look at what Reliance is doing. 22 rupees higher, 28.71. HDFC Bank at the moment is flat, 15.15, and Infosys post its dividend readjustment is 18 rupees lower at 14.09. Bajaj Finance a percent higher, 66.74, and Hindustan Unilever 0.5% lower at 23.40. We'll immediately shift focus to the earnings, boys, and look at what's happening. Muthoot Finance record high, 3% higher, 17.28. Remember, this has also adjusted for a 24 rupee dividend payout, so it's actually a very, very strong show. Yesterday GMR Airports was down because of what the sentiment was in the market, but it had a very strong operational quarter. Now 3.7% higher, 84. Apollo Hospitals 3% higher, 59.31. Samvardhana Motherson 2.7% higher, 155.90. Let's look at the most active counters. Surprise, surprise, you have Canara Bank here, 1.5% higher, 116.70. This is the top traded counter at about 94 crores. Very quickly we'll move to NSE 500. Okay, 5% on Paytm, third day in a row, 396.25. Bharat Dynamics taking it away, 2% higher, post very strong earnings. Needless to say, this is a record high, 1580. You have Cochin Shipyard 0.5% higher, 1966. M&M 1.4% higher. Apollo Hospitals 2.2% higher. Let's look at all-time highs. Motherson, Oberoi Realty from the real estate space, and this is Coromandel International, fertilizer maker, 0.5% higher. It's getting better on the Nifty, and I'll very quickly reach out to Kiranji. Very, very strong advanced decline ratio. Kiranji, is this the beginning of a round of short covering? Remember, we are on the first day of June's FNO expiry. Now the Nifty, ladies and gentlemen, is 100 points higher, 22,590.
Yes, definitely. As we mentioning in our opening commentary also, looking at the price chart pattern on intraday basis, the both indices were into the oversold territory. This bounce is expected. Now we have to looking after the levels like 22,500 on Nifty spot level, and on Bank Nifty 48,800. If by 10 o'clock or 10:30, both the indices are trading about 22,500 and 48,800, then there are definitely chances that we can expect some short covering rally should come. But looking at the banking stock, as we're discussing about the Axis Bank, you are also highlighting about the Canara Bank. The one more bank which I would like to highlight is the Indian Bank. If you look at the Indian Bank chart, it is also trading at verge of breakout 580. So looking at all opening, Indian Bank would be the preferred pick at current market price at 580, 582. Anyone can go long on Indian Bank at current market price. Keep very strict stop loss at 570. And looking at Indian Bank chart, we are expecting price target of 600 plus in very short time. So as of now, the market breadth is very positive. We are expecting some good amount of up move should come on later part of today.
Okay, the up move, ladies and gentlemen, is holding ground. We are at 919. Remember, the first 15-minute candle is made by larger players on any index, which is the institution and deep-pocketed ultra Chennais. So once you see the size of the 15-minute candle, the high or the low on that, only then do we proceed forward. If the high breaks, we take the call. If the low breaks, we take the put. That's how in theory it works. For the moment, 100 points higher, 22,593. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is looking good. Now let's look at the most active part of the market, which is the PSU segment. ITDC 3.8% higher, 661. Hindustan Zinc taking it away, 2% higher, 682. HUDCO, this is a market favorite, 1.7% higher. So let me just give you this number. Business Today tracks 78 PSUs for you. Out of 78, 58 are in the green. That's a very, very big positive for the market. The other thing is, of course, railway stocks. This is a nice green shade, and We have HBL Power 1.3% higher, 508. IRFC 1.8% higher. Railtel rights up about 1% each, and it is now looking good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the short covering on the Nifty started. 22,600 is now with the bulls. Again, we'll wait for the first 15 minutes, but this is looking good. What is powering the index as far as prices are concerned? Reliance. In the uptick of 123 points, Reliance has contributed 18, L&T has contributed 17, ICICI Bank 17, M&M and ITC 9 points each, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you, Avinash, does this gladden your heart as far as Nifty's opening is concerned?
No, definitely. I think Shail, a lot of this has been due to massive short covering. Because yesterday, if you see the FI data showed that clearly they were extremely short on the market, on the index futures. So I think some amount of short covering has happened. I think we'll have to see how the day progresses and how the second half pans out. Because my guess is that now the markets, that is today and tomorrow, and obviously on Monday when the markets react to exit polls, the volatility will be very high. So one can't stay with this trend for a very long time. I think you could see a decisive trend only on the 4th June. Until that time, I think, obviously things have started well. Let's hope that they do continue to remain in the same way.
Okay, so 138 now, 22,629. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm an old world classic classicist, so we'll wait for the 15 minutes on the Nifty and then take any view on how it will shape up. Kiranji, any stock that catches your fancy?
Pharma is the another pace which we are liking today also, and yesterday we also discussed about the pharma pace. So Oro Pharma, which we would like to highlight here. Yesterday again, it was not performed, but the way of chart pattern is forming out. Earlier, Oro Pharma has a resistance of 1180 rupees. After giving a breakout, stock price is not moving that much far, and it made a high of 1241, and from that again it is retesting its previous breakout level. So already two time stock price has retested 1190, 1195. So now there are very good chances stock price can start moving up. So at current market price, anyone can go long on Oro Pharma. Keep very strict stop loss below 1180, and looking at price target, we are expecting price target of 1260, 1270 in upcoming time. So keep an eyes on the pharma sector. Oro Pharma is one of the stock which we are liking.
Okay, let's do some other price marking as far as markets are concerned. This is looking good now. I'll mark the advanced decline ratio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's at the moment about 1564 advances versus 563 declines. So a very, very good 3:1 ratio favoring bulls. We track 19 indices for you, ladies and gentlemen. 18 of them are in the green. There's just a mild downtick on IT, down 0.2%, nothing to be worried about. But gains is across the board. Let's look at the broader indices. Nifty 500 is up 0.6%, and out of the 500 stocks, 378 are in the green. I think it's going to be a PSU rally today. And this is also pointing out the fact that the market seems confident that the incumbent BJP is going to come back in strong shape. Now again, this is an intraday view. It's a long held belief that the BJP will be back in power. Let's see how it shapes up. But coming to you, Avinash, in this very, very high beta low ticket sized zone, the PSU segment, name your two top picks that you like really well.
I think within the PSU segment, I think I would be more comfortable on the PSU banks, something like a Canara Bank. I will believe that this bank has shown very strong numbers for FY24, something like 15,000 crore profit compared to 11,365 last year. Asset quality has come down, and the book value is around 86, 87 rupees. So valuations still are pretty cheap. I would not be surprised that we could see a book value of 97, 98 rupees for the current year. And I think price to book of around 1.5, 1.56 times is very much possible. So we could look at levels of 150, 155 over the next 6 to 12 months. And the other PSU which I think is very interesting is Hindustan Aeronautics. I think looking at the kind of opportunity in the defense space, this is one unique opportunity, Shell, where I think any decline in the market price should be used as an opportunity to buy. Even at the current levels, if somebody has a slightly medium to long term view, I would not be surprised that in the next 2 years, this stock can even double from the current level. So I think you need to have a little time and patience here, but opportunity for growth here looks quite strong.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before I go to Kiran on Canara Bank and HAL, I'd just like to mark one very, very important index, which is the India VIX. It gladdens my heart no end, ladies and gentlemen, to point out that it is actually down 5%. Let's see whether you can see it on the screen or not. India VIX is at 23, down 1.17, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a downtick of 5%. The cooling off of India VIX also sort of signifies that things and the risk of trade is back in the market, and possibly what is widely known in the market, that the BJP will return with a decent majority, is now again started to get reflected in the prices. 9:27, there are 3 minutes left for the first 15-minute candle to be formed on the Nifty, but it's taking it away. 22,630 for you, ladies and gentlemen. 153 points आया. किरण जी, आज 3 मिनट छोड़ देते हैं, अब बताइए निफ्टी में क्या करना है.
So as of now, looking at Nifty price chart, as you are also mentioning, we are from old school, and we definitely look after the first 15-minute movement, and after that we will decide. But as of now, if you check out the intraday chart pattern, we are expecting Nifty to touch somewhere around 22,700. Day before yesterday, prices has taken a support from that particular level. Again, we are seeing at intraday price movement is very strong. So any dips towards 22,600 would be the buy zone. Keep very strict stop loss below today's open, which is 22,550. And for the intraday price target, we are expecting prices to touch 22,700. And once it hit that cross, we can expect more short covering. So as of now, bullish pattern definitely on Nifty. But we are more bullish on the Bank Nifty, honestly speaking, because on Bank Nifty, we are clear cut seeing on intraday time frame, there is a ascending triangle pattern breakout. And on morning, on opening time, we discussed about the 48,800 level. And we discussed that if market opens above 48,800 and sustain above 48,800, we can expect some good amount of short covering rally. So Bank Nifty is already on that particular way. If any dips towards 48,900, 800 would be the great buy zone. Keep strict stop loss below 48,500, and we are expecting price target of 49,200, 300 during the day. So we are more bullish on Bank Nifty. So any dips on Bank Nifty would be the buy.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now let me just focus on some good stock picking, and because Avinash is with us, I'll muster the courage to ask him on Paytm. The circuit is off, which essentially means that should you want to buy, that opportunity is with you, and the volume is huge. This is the top traded counter now on the National Stock Exchange. 438 crores worth of transactions happened. Avinash, what is your gut feel? Will the business continue? Will the promoter ownership change hands? And what is your prognosis on Paytm at about 387?
I think, Shail, the business will first of all continue. There's no doubt about it. There has been some regulatory issues for Paytm, and I think that has already got impacted in the stock price. But at the current levels, if the recent news development stating that Adani Group is going to take a stake here is something the market is looking forward to. If this happens, and I think if at all this fructifies in the very near term, then I think you could see a further re-rating in the stock, because clearly, I think the exposure of Adani will obviously give a more trading flavor to the stock. But fundamentally, I think the business has now obviously stabilized. I think except for the regulatory kind of issues which are yet pending, maybe somebody who's taking a 12 to 18 month view can look at start accumulating the stock at the current levels. Yes, but from a longer term point of view, the quarter to quarter performance may not be great. So I think you will have to look at post FY25 how the numbers pan out, because I think the management had already stated earlier, before these regulatory issues came, that they were planning to become EBITDA positive. So I think markets would look at the EBITDA positive kind of signal from the management, and obviously this Adani factor, which I think has now boosted the stock in the very short term.
Okay, Kiranji, would you hesitate a guess on Paytm, or would you let it be?
So with disclaimer, we would like to share our view. We already recommended Paytm to our client and our associate a week back. Reason being, if you check the daily price chart, Paytm made to bottom somewhere around 315, 320. Lastly, when Paytm made a low of 310, it has formed bullish engulfing candlesticks pattern with high volume. So it is a purely technical call, and it was a reversal pattern made at that particular time. And based on that only, we recommended Paytm somewhere around 340, 350 with low risk trade, and we gave a stop loss of 310. And from now, because of this all rumors and news is going on, stock price is at 390. But looking at current market price, stock price has started trading above its 20 days and 50 days moving average, number one. Number two, stock price has a cluster resistance of 390, 380. Previously, now stock price is also above that particular level. Today, we have to see if price is closing above or not. If price is closing above 390, then there are very good chances we can see further upside of 450, 430. So as of now, if anyone would like to buy, definitely the volatility would be there because of this certain news is there. So we don't know about that particular news, but technically stock price is, because trading about 50 days moving average, any dips towards 370, 360 would be the buy. Keep strict stop loss of 330, and we are looking for target of 450, 460. So again, with disclaimer, we already recommended to our client, and they have some position. So please consult your particular financial advisor and then only take the positions.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the first 15 minutes of the Nifty candle has formed. Now, let me just see what the high of that candle is. It's 22,653, and the low is 22,557. So that's a 100-point move that has come in after a gap up of 90 points. Now, beyond that, we have the first resistance at 22,657. Let us see if that resistance is taken out. That will be something phenomenal. Let us also look at how the three most important counters within the Nifty are shaping up. Infosys is adjusting for its dividend of 28 rupees. It's down 14 rupees. Therefore, it's a plus 14 on Infosys, 1412. How about Reliance, up 22 rupees at 2870, and HDFC Bank is also in the green, 13 rupees higher at 1528. A very fine show coming in from Tata Motors, 1.4% higher, 937. And if you look at the Nifty's performance, ladies and gentlemen, I just have about 7 Nifty stocks in the red. So it's 43:7. That's a very, very nice 6:1 advance decline ratio favoring the bulls. And this is looking pretty good as far as the first 20 minutes of trade is concerned. Record highs, this should be interesting. Within the Nifty today, there is none. But within the Nifty 500, you have Motherson Sumi that we've discussed. This is, I think, Jindal Stainless at 736, 4% higher. We normally don't discuss this stock much. Let me just see if Avinash has a view. Avinash, Jindal Stainless, record high 736. This is a specialty steel product. Anything that you could contribute to how this performance has been, and what's the look ahead as far as Jindal Stainless is concerned?
No, I think numbers have been pretty strong, and stainless steel market has been doing extremely well. In fact, Jindal Stainless is a market leader in this segment. And I think unlike other, metal stocks, this is not a commodity business. It's a premium business where there are very few companies in India which supply quality stainless steel. So I think, from a longer term perspective, I think the markets are looking at possibly some more margin expansion, some more benefits of volume growth expected in FY25. So any decline, Shell should be used as an opportunity to accumulate. We are quite positive on the stock, but the stock has run up quite significantly. So I think in that perspective, I think it's better to buy on declines.
Fair point. 936, and what's taking it away within the Nifty is LNT. Larsen at 37.39 is now 2.7% higher. The all-time high on this one is 38.63, and it's been a single one-sided rally post its earnings from 13th May onwards. Kiranji, coming to you, a record high within sight, and this is the highest since 12th of April. Would you stick your neck out on LNT?
Capital goods stock, I distinctly remember, I guess 10 days back or 15 days back when we discussed about here only. When you asked me about that, the Siemens already outperformed, ABB already outperformed. So which stock we are liking in capital goods stock? And that particular time, we suggested L&T at level of 3400. And from 3400 to now, the L&T is trading at 3700. So as of now, looking at current market price, definitely L&T is still looking very good. Reason being, after making a high of 3800, 3900, stock price started falling down. But during that fall, we have seen there was a cluster resistance or a cluster support stock has identified, that was at near 3600. Now, until stock price is not going below 3650, we are supposed to go long, or we should hold this particular stock. So as of now, stock price is trading at 3740, 3730. Any dips or at current market price, definitely we would like to go long. Keep very strict stop loss to 3600, and looking at price target, price chart, we are expecting price target of 4000 in very short time. So L&T is very good pick. I guess definitely we should go long with stop loss of 3600.
Okay. I'll also point out the volume buzzers in the market, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the market has interest both in terms of price as well as volume. Let's look at some of them on as far as NSE 500 is concerned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a negative number. No issues. Schneider Electric. This is a company where the fourth quarter earnings were below expectations because of an acquisition. The profit was flat as flat can be, and the counter has since then suffered. The all-time high was about 821 rupees, somewhere that, and successive lower circuits, still down 3% today, 686, and the traded volume is 5 times, almost 6 times the 5-day average. Keep an eye out on this one. Remember, I marked Paytm, very, very high volumes, 4.5 times the 5-day average, but the last 2 days were circuits, so there was barely any trade, but now 1.2 crore shares have been traded. Muthoot Finance taking it away, a bit of profit booking after a stunning set of numbers, and of course Suven Pharma. The earnings at Suven Pharma were disappointing, but the market has taken that as an opportunity to get back into the stock, 0.2% higher. Anything that catches my interest? Yes, Wellspun Corp. Again, this is earnings led, 6.5% lower, 561. That's how Wellcorp is positioned in the NSE 500. What we'll do is we'll go into NSE 50, the Nifty 50, and see where there is a volume burst. Apollo Hospitals, almost one time 5-day average is on the screen, but the counters come off the day's high. It was up 3%. L&T taking it away, 50% of volume has been done, and nothing much catches my fancy. Avinash, coming to you, 9:40, the first 25 minutes of trade is done. Anything that catches your fancy on the long side, which we've missed? The Nifty is now 155 points higher, 26,640.
No, I think, Shell, as I told you, domestic market themes are very important. And within that, I think the capital goods sector is something which we are quite positive on. Cummins, which reported very strong numbers, could be looked at. I think yesterday there was a gap up. I don't know what's the price today, but I think looking at the kind of opportunity in the hydrogen space, very soon, my belief is that once the new government comes in, a new hydrogen policy is expected to be announced. And if that gets materialized, then I think Cummins as a company can get further re-rated. I think it's already shown a very strong uptick in margins in quarter four. And definitely, I think the outlook for the current year looks also promising. So I think, one can look at stocks like Cummins, where I believe any dip in the market could be used as an opportunity to accumulate.
Yes, Cummins actually went down 6% post earnings. People weren't much happy with how the margin positioning was. Let's look at what the stop is doing at this point of time. Down 2.7% at 3,500. Remember, it's one of those brilliant outperformers that we have seen. Kiranji, your view on Cummins. I'll give you a month-to-date picture on Cummins India. It's been one of those wonderful outperformers. Let me give you that number. It's up 7% month to date at about 3,500. Kiranji, what are the charts of Cummins telling you for the long term?
So looking at daily price chart, Cummins is in negative zone. Reason being, we have seen some consolidation pattern was forming during 3,800, 3,900 to 3,700. Now stock price has broken down that consolidation zone with very bearish candlesticks pattern on top. Number one. Number two, we are seeing some bearish divergence on RSI also. So as of now, we are not recommending any fresh accumulation or any fresh buying on Cummins India. Anyone is holding this particular stock, they can hold with a very strict stop loss of 3,400. As if 3,400 broken down, then we are expecting price target to retest 50 days moving average, which is somewhere around 3,200. So as of now, 3,500 is the trading price. We are not expecting prices to reverse immediately. So anyone is holding this particular stock, they can hold with the stop loss of 3,400, and let's wait and watch. There is no room for fresh bet as of now.
Fair point. 9:43, ladies and gentlemen. The market is holding on, and it's looking good. Volumes are pretty okay. Frontline counters within the index are showing strength, and what is more important, the PSU pack is showing strength. That shows that the market confidence, the sentiment on the Lal Street is now almost in sort of sync with this expectation that the incumbent will remain in power, and exit polls on Saturday 6 p.m. will show that the BJP will be retaining power for the third time in a row. Let's hope that happens. Markets are skittish and nervous and jittery. It's the first day of the FNO expiry, and a huge long shot in favor of declines was placed by foreign institutional investors yesterday. Remember, if they feel that the markets are signaling something, then you'll see a very strong bout of short covering from current levels that will take the market even higher. For the moment, after a very strong start, parts of the market are now sort of taking some rest. There's some profit booking happening. Remember, the Nifty itself opened 90 points gap up, and from then on it's taken a journey of about 146 points. There's a 300 point uptick on Nifty Bank. 18 out of 19 indices are in the green. The advanced decline ratio is fairly okay. So let's see what the first 45 minutes hold. Remember, stocks such as HDFC Bank and Reliance and L&T are doing pretty well, and that points to the fact that the underlying confidence and granularity of the market favors bulls. Now the first half an hour of trade is over, ladies and gentlemen. Two 15-minute candles have formed. Kiranji, the second candle is also fairly okay. The high for the second candle is 22,653 and the low is 22,557. So anything that catches your fancy, sir?
Again, I would like to recommend on banking stock only. If you compare the Nifty and Bank Nifty, both 15 minutes chart, Bank Nifty is still looking a good. Reason being, it is trading at ascending triangle pattern. So banking would be our preferred choice for today, definitely. Another stock which already we discussed about the auto sector. So auto sector is also doing very good. Now one more sector I would like to highlight, that is a metal sector. Now, in metal sector, there are multiple stocks which are trading above its previous breakout level, or it is available at very good level. Hindustan Zinc, you already mentioned. So within the metal sector, we are liking JSW Steel. If you check the JSW Steel, yesterday there was a big bearish candlesticks pattern, but it managed to close somewhere around its 20 days moving average, number one. Number two, previously JSW Steel made a high of 8,080, 8,090. Now that particular zone again acting as a very good support for this stock price. Lastly, on intraday's price chart, if you check out, there was a clear-cut bullish divergence is happening. So JSW Steel or a metal sector, which we are liking at current market price, just particularly JSW Steel is trading at 890, 888 level. Buy at current market price, any dips toward 885 would be again a buy zone, buy level only, and keep very strict stop loss below 880. And looking at the current market price, we are expecting price target of 910, 915 in upcoming time. So JSW Steel is there. And one more stock I would like to discuss at opening level, that is Divi's Laboratory. Divi's Laboratory is again a conditional one. On Oro Pharma, we already discussed. Divi's Laboratory crosses 4460, 4450 level. As of now, it is trading at 4410, 4415. If stock price is crossing above 4440 or 4450, then we can expect some good amount of short covering on DB's Laboratory. So conditional buy 4450 is the buy level. If that price is crosses by DB's Laboratory, then we can expect some good amount of short covering.
Okay. There's a decent bout of money being taken away from several PSU stocks, in particular Hindustan Aeronautics, now down 1.25%, and of course it's below 5,000 at 4,911. Erstwhile market favorites, actually current market favorites, PFC and REC are showing a downtick of 1% each. Cochin Shipyard, BEL are in the red. PNB is also in the red. So this is probably a time where some money is being taken away from the table. And what has also happened is that by 9:50, so 9:50 means about 35 minutes of trade has happened. In the 35 minutes of trade, there is an average price that the Nifty has seen over so many trades. So that average price of about 22,610 is now being tested intraday. Let us see how it goes. Let's hope for the best. So far, 125 points higher on the Nifty and 260 points higher on the Bank Nifty. NSE 500, 200, 100 indices, mid caps and small caps are in the green. Like I said, it's jittery time for the markets, and very volatile and choppy trade right there in front of us. Kiranji, any favorites in the mid cap space?
In mid cap space, if you look at the chart pattern, as of now, there is no such momentum is happening. But large cap, we again want to highlight, if you allow.
Yes, please continue, sir.
Okay, so on large cap, there are two stock. It is from the FMCG sector only. One is the Hindustan Unilever. If you look at the Hindustan Unilever price chart, stock price is at rock bottom level, somewhere around 2200, and from 2200 it is trading at 2370. At current market price, we are seeing some cup and handle pattern is forming out. Secondly, stock price is trying to come over is 100 days moving average. So multiple reasoning behind the Hindustan Unilever, and the market is trading ahead of uncertain news of the domestic election result. So we would suggest rather than going mid cap, or you can buy quality mid cap definitely, but at current market juncture, we would like to suggest large cap and a defensive bet. So if anything goes wrong, or if there is a big volatility, so during that big volatility, you can participate in mid cap and you can buy mid cap. As of now, market is steady, very well set up at near high only. So it is advisable to go on some of the large cap which are trading and fairly reasonable, available, and as per the fundamentals also. So Hindustan Unilever, which we are liking at current market price, 2370 is the current market price. Trying to cross its 100 days moving average, a daily price chart, a cup and handle pattern breakout is also there. So Hindustan Unilever, you can go long. Keep very strict stop loss below 2350, and looking at price chart, we are expecting price target of 2450 in upcoming time. So Hindustan Unilever is our first pick. Another pick from FMCG sector only, but it is from shoes or a sector, that is Bata India. We discussed Bata India, we discussed Campus Activewear on your channel. Campus already from 250 to 300 level, we have given a very good rally. Now coming to the Bata India is again forming a inverted head and shoulder pattern at rock bottom of the chart pattern. It is already crossed its 20 and 50 days moving average after almost 3 to 4 months. So multiple reversal pattern forming on Bata India. So at current market price, anyone can go long on Bata. Keep very strict stop loss below 1350, and looking at price chart, we are expecting a very big target. So it is not a small, not for the intraday or not for the 3 to 4 day. If you are okay to hold for next 1 or 2 months, we are expecting Bata to trade somewhere around 1600, 1700 in upcoming time. So Bata India is again our preferred pick. So HUL and Bata India is catches our fancy as well.
Okay. Absolutely in agreement with you, sir, on Hindustan Unilever. Remember, this is a play on rural demand and also the good monsoon. The two forecasts that have come in from the Indian Meteorological Department about this year's monsoon have been positive, and in Kerala, rains have hit 2 days in advance. That's a very, very big positive for Hindustan Unilever, a stock, ladies and gentlemen, that has done nothing over the last 4 years. So you just might see some very decent activity happening on medium term charts as far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned. And yes, Bata, very, very disappointing set of numbers coming in yesterday for the fourth quarter, and the company has been a rank underperformer, but valuations maybe at current levels seem to be fairly good, and that's the reason why they look good on charts. The Nifty is now showing signs of some profit booking, ladies and gentlemen. Still up 110 points, but 22,600 has slipped from the grasp of bulls. Let us see how it goes. But this is again probably retesting of 22,600. Let us see how it shapes up. But so far, the first 40 minutes of trade have been pretty good. The last 5-7 minutes have seen profit being taken away, at least from defense counters. But this is the fact and facet of markets, that they are choppy, they are volatile, and they are extremely, extremely nervous and jittery ahead of the event. Let me just mark you India VIX. Remember, I had said it was down 5% in early morning. It is still down 5%. So nothing to be worried about. That's the pain and the fear that is seeping out of the market. Now just a couple of hours remain when the fate of the market will also be sealed, and it will be reacting on Monday morning to exit polls and the last round of voting that will happen on Saturday. Kiranji, final thoughts from you.
So looking at market setup, we would like to go long only. If any dips on bank, Nifty is already dipping at somewhere around 22,590, 600, which we given a buy zone. So we are liking to go long at current market price, strip stop loss below 22,500, and we are expecting today's closing somewhere around 22,700 on Nifty. On Bank Nifty, it is trading at its support level of 48,800. Sorry. So at current market price, definitely anyone can go long. Keep very strict stop loss below 48,500, and we're expecting price closing or Bank Nifty closing somewhere around 49,200, 300. So we are quite bullish on both the indices. This dip should can be a buy.
Okay, Kiranji, thank you so much for your time. And of course, we'll remember you for Hindustan Unilever. We'll remember you for Bata. And of course, Axis Bank. These are positional calls that Kiranji has given. And his view on Nifty Bank and Nifty by the dip. Possibly the worst is over. And he's praying that the worst is over. We've seen 22,400 yesterday afternoon. And from then on, of course, it's a 200-point jump. Thank you, Kiranji. Once again, a pleasure having you. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the first 1.5 hours of market as far as prices are concerned. Of course, they've been ticking for the last 46, 47 points. Let's just do an overview and then call it a day on market today. The Nifty is at 22,600. A huge battle for supremacy is on the Lal Street between bulls and bears. For the moment, over the last 5 days, it was something that the bears enjoyed. Today is a day out for bulls to dance on the Lal Street. You see a 107-point uptick on the Nifty, a 210-point uptick on Nifty Bank. The mood is fairly spectacular as far as the broader markets are concerned. And you see the mojo coming back into this very choppy, volatile, jittery and nervous trade. Remember, the markets are headed into exit polls on Monday. There is auto sales data that will be coming over the weekend. You have dozens of market data that is coming in from the US markets. But the 3 or 4 major events that the Nifty is shaping up to are the exit polls and, of course, the final results on June 4th. Just a couple of hours left to position yourselves. FIs are short, and let us see whether there is some market short covering that takes the index beyond 22,700. For the moment, 22,600 is what is there in front of you. Thank you for watching us, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very warm thank you from my PCI team and me. Remain glued to Business Today for all your financial news needs. Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the earnings special edition, and our focus is on Brigade Enterprises Q4 earnings. Now remember, the company's shares also hit a 52-week high yesterday, right after the company had reported solid set of numbers, a threefold jump in its consolidated net profit to over 210